welcome, good morning. My name's Sara and I'm going to be leading your teen yoga practice today along with my little cat, who is no doubt going to walk in front of the camera at some point. So if you do lose me, I'll try and sort of shove her out of the way. Before we begin, all you're going to need today is a mat and a little bit of space. As you can see, I've not got an awful lot of room around me here at the moment, but with everybody kind of trapped indoors, we just do the best we can. So the first thing I would like you to do is to come to a comfortable seated position on your mat. Whatever that looks like for you, it could be cross-legged, like I am here. It could be with feet in front. It could be with one leg tucked behind. However it's comfortable for you to be this morning, just come and join me on the mat now. So once you are seated, I'd like you to just take a moment to check in with yourself. There's a lot going on at the moment. People are at home learning, people are at home working, houses are very busy. So I think we just need to take a couple of moments just to check in and just see how we're doing today. So when you're ready, allow the spine to grow long. Allow the shoulders to come away from the ears. If you want to, you might like to close your eyes. Just allowing the body to settle, to come to a point of stillness before we begin moving today. Just taking a moment to check in with yourself, see what's going on inside, see whether your thoughts are busy, whether they're still. And whatever's going on for you this morning, just acknowledge it. Doesn't matter whether your mind is full of thoughts or whether there's nothing much there at all. Just whatever's going on for you today, in this moment. Notice it. And then if you can, see if you can let go. Go of any attachment to the thoughts and bring your awareness to the present moment. Before we begin, we're just going to start by opening our practice with Brahmari breath. So for those of you who've not done this before, you inhale through your nose. When you exhale, breathe out through your mouth, making a kind of humming sound. So inhaling. We're going to do 3 more of these, inhaling through your nose. 2 more inhaling. Last one, inhaling through the nose. Allowing the body to settle again. Hopefully everything feels a little bit more grounded to you now. You're ready to begin our movement. So the first thing I always like to do, just because really I'm hypermobile, is to warm my wrists up. So we're going to be doing quite a lot of strong work on our arms today. So I'd like you just to clasp your hands together. Just gently to bring some movement into your wrists. So spend quite a lot of time in downward facing dog or any sort of arm balance type postures. You're going to want to make sure that your wrists have at least been mobilised. Oh, that's the cat again. Okay. And then from here, we're going to allow the arms to come back to our knees. So if you're sitting like this, you want to bring your legs down now into a seated position. And we're just going to do some very gentle circles led with our chest. So just coming forward and then really hollowing out the back, just so we're starting to move our spine. And going back the other way. Really hollowing out that belly, really leading with that chest. Getting lots of nice movement going on. And then coming to a stop. And send your left hand away. Inhale, right hand comes up. As you exhale, just folding over. Taking a stretch into the side of the body. Making sure we're grounding down through the sit bones at this point. We don't want this lifting up. And inhaling back to centre. Exhale. Inhale. The left hand comes up, right hand goes away as we exhale. Moving into the stretch on the other side. And then inhaling, coming back to centre. Okay, we're going to make our way into tabletop position, so hands and knees. We're going to make sure that we've got a nice straight line here, stacked, shoulder, elbow, wrist. And we're just going to start to mobilise the spine with a few cat-cows. So inhaling, dropping the belly, head comes up. Exhaling, sucking the belly in, sending the shoulders away, dropping the head down. Inhaling, pulling the belly, head comes up. Exhaling, sucking the belly in, sending the shoulders away, head comes down. Last one, inhaling, filling the belly, head comes up. Exhaling, pushing the shoulders away, sucking the belly in and dropping that head down. And then allowing your spine to come back to a nice neutral position. And then from here, we're going to push back into downward facing dog. I'm just going to shuffle forward so you can see from my angle. So tucking the toes, and we're going to send the hips back and away, straightening the legs if we can. If we can't, then that's fine, we can be slightly bent. So sending the hips away and dropping down into our first downward dog of the day. We'll just take a moment here, we're just going to bend and straighten opposite knees, so we're just going to take our dog for a walk. Just again, to help stretch out the hamstrings. Some of us might be quite tight first thing in the morning, so that we're not putting too much pressure onto the backs of our legs. And then coming to rest in whatever your downward facing dog looks like for you today. And then taking a breath here, an inhale and an exhale. We're going to look forward and either step or jump to the front of your mat. We're going to inhale, halfway lift, so we've got a nice flat back. Exhale, hands come down. Inhale, float all the way up. Exhale, back down through heart centre. Okay, so we're going to do some sun salutations here, just to get the body nice and warm. So we are going to inhale, bend the knees slightly, arms come up. Exhale, we're going to fold forward, hands flat on the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, nice flat back. Exhale, hands come down. Step, jump to the back of your mat. Inhale here, holding in your plank for just a moment. And then as you exhale, lowering down through chaturanga, if you can, keeping those arms nice and tucked into your sides. Inhale, pushing the chest forward through up dog. Exhale, rolling the toes, pushing back to downward facing dog. Now if that is too much for you, going down through chaturanga, you can lower knees, untuck the toes, chest and chin, and go down that way. So just decide which variation is best for you. And then from your downward facing dog with an inhale, you're going to step or jump to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, nice flat back. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, float all the way up. Exhale, down through heart centre. Okay, so We're going to do a couple more of these, so if you are stepping back, try and alternate your legs. So I step back on my left the first time, I'm going to step back on the right this time. Okay, so inhaling, arms come up. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, hands flat. Stepping back. Inhaling here in your plank. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga on knees, chest and chin. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, roll the toes, pushing back to downward facing dog. And take a breath or two here. An inhale and an exhale. And then step or jump to the front of your mat. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, float all the way back up. Exhale, down through heart center. We're going to do 2 more. So 1 more on each leg if you're stepping. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, fold down, hands flat. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold down, step back. Inhale here. Exhale through chaturanga or lower knees, chest and chin. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, roll the toes, pushing back to downward facing dog. Take a breath here. Inhale, step through. Exhale, halfway lift. Inhale, fold down. Exhale, float all the way back up. Down through heart center. So 1 more time, we're going to do the opposite leg or we're going to be jumping back. Inhale, hands come up. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, flat hands. Step or jump back. Take an inhale here. Exhale, lower. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, roll the toes and push back to downward facing dog. Take a breath here. An inhale and an exhale. Really send those hips back and away. And then inhaling, step or jump to the front of your mat. Take an exhale, inhale halfway. Exhale, folds down. Inhale, float all the way back up. Exhale, hands down through heart center. And from here, we're going to step back into warrior 1. So, left foot stays facing forward. As you exhale, stepping back out, your back foot is going to be parallel with your mat. So I don't know if you can see it here. So that's the sort of shape you're wanting. Body faces forward, and with an inhale, arms come up. So just inhaling and exhaling here. I want you to see if you can sink down through the hips. Just looking at your front leg, making sure your knee and your ankle are nicely aligned. And then we're going to turn the body and we're going to open the arms to warrior 2. Warrior 2. Breathing here. We're going to turn over our front hand. Inhale. As we exhale, we're going to reverse our warrior. Taking a couple of breaths here. We're going to inhale. Bring that front hand, so your left hand down onto your knee. Right arm goes up into a nice bend here. Taking a couple of breaths here. Beautiful. Then inhale, we're going to straighten that front leg and we're going to turn so both of the feet are facing forwards, so parallel with the edges of the mat. And then we're going to do a forward stretch here. So you have 2 options. You can either fold forward, hold your elbows and just allow the body to hang. Or if you want to take it a little bit deeper, you can join your arms behind the back and you can bring them down overhead here, just to stretch out the back. So just hang it out here for a moment or 2. Inhale, coming back up, and then we're going to go to warrior 1 on the other side. So we're going to leave our left leg facing forward, we're going to turn our right leg, turn the body so it's facing the short edge of our mat. Inhale, sweep the arms up into warrior 1, sinking down through the hips. Inhaling here and exhaling. And turning the body, arms come down behind us to warrior 2. So we're going to look over our right hand, so look over that front hand. And turn over your front hand, so your palm will be facing up. Inhale here, and as you exhale, we're going to reverse our warrior. Getting that nice stretch down the side body. Inhale, coming back up, all the way over onto our lead leg. Exhale, folds down. Again, stretching that side body. Okay. Inhaling, coming back up. And step the feet together. So a quick moment just to shake out. And then we're going to have a go at some balance poses. So I thought we'd do a little sequence here of balances. So I thought we would start with tree. And it doesn't matter which leg you start with, just remember that you need to do the other leg. So whichever foot you would like to start off with, make sure it's nice and solid and connected with your mat. Grow the spine nice and long, allow the shoulders to sink down. Now you have a couple of options for tree pose. You can be here, you can be right down the bottom of your leg, that's fine. You can be here, or you can bring the leg right up so it rests on the inside of your thigh. Try to avoid the knee joint, it's not too good for your joints, so either below or above, wherever you want your foot to be resting. Once you've found your comfortable balance, I'd like you to sweep the arms up and bring them up overhead, which is quite tricky. If you find you're wobbling here, then just have a look at a point ahead of you and see if that helps to steady your balance. So rooting down through the toes and growing nice and tall through the torso. If you really want to challenge yourself, you can look up at your hands, but it's quite tricky. So if you wobble and fall, that's okay. Just taking a moment here. Okay, and then from here, we're going to transition into warrior 3. So I've just turned around so you can see how it looks. So on whichever leg you were balancing, you're going to come from tree. If you want to do the transition this way, you can, or you can just put the feet down and then come back up to it. So you're going to stretch out your up leg. You're going to reach the arms forward, and you're going to be nice and straight and long. Okay. And if you want to, you can always do this against a wall if this helps with your balance. Really lengthening that back body. And see if you can hold this for 3 inhales and 3 exhales. Quite tricky. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, bringing your foot back down, straightening back up. And we're going to just take a moment here in Tadasana, standing nice and tall, before we do the same on the opposite leg. Okay, so I'm going to turn to face you again. So opposite leg this time for tree pose, wherever it happens to be, either here, here, wherever it is. So I'll bring my foot to here. Inhaling, sweep the arms overhead. Either focusing on a point just in front of you, or if you're feeling really secure here, looking up at the hands. Growing long through the body, rooting down through your big toe. And really feeling strength in this pose. And then when you're ready, either releasing down both legs or making that transition into warrior 3. Again, so whichever leg you were balancing on, that's going to be your balance leg again. Arms come out. Your raised leg goes behind, and you're aiming for a nice straight, long body here. And again, see if you can challenge yourself to hold it for 3 breaths. If you need a wall to help you, grab a wall. And inhaling for 3 if you can. shaking the body out a little bit again because it can be quite hard on the legs. And then we're going to drop down into a squat. Just going to open the hips, and then we're going to see if we can have a go at an arm balance. So just drop down into a squat. You can widen your stance, your legs, so that they are a little bit wider than your hips. I always turn my feet out ever so slightly. And then we're literally just going to drop down, and we're going to bring the elbows between the knees, try and bring the hands together into prayer pose. Now if you are someone who's doing a lot of work in the gym, a lot of weightlifting, a lot of squats with weights, you might find this quite tricky. You might find that your hips are quite tight, especially as a lot of us spend a lot of time sitting down in chairs, sitting at desks, when you're doing schoolwork and stuff like that. It means that you can get quite tight through the hips, so this could be quite a challenge for you. If your squat is here, don't worry about it, it's fine, okay? You might also find that you have a few kind of sort of achy feelings going on. Any sharp pains, then you come out, obviously, but it's okay if you've got a few little sort of stretchy feelings going on. It's what we want. Okay. And then from here, we are going to have a little go at an arm balance. We're going to have a go at crow pose. So don't worry if you don't manage to lift off, that's fine. It's really just about trying to feel the potentials in lifting your body onto your arms and seeing how that feels. So I'm going to turn sideways. So we're going to be in a very similar position to where we've just been in our squat. Arms are going to come down in front of us, not quite as wide as the mat, maybe half a hand span in between. And then what we're going to do is we're going to try and bring the knees as high as we can on the arms, so as close to the armpits as we can. We're going to bend the elbows ever so slightly, squeeze with the knees, and then you're going to try and pick up one foot and then the other. Don't worry if you can't get both feet off the ground, it's fine. Okay, even if you're just rocking forward a little bit and just seeing what it feels like to take the weight onto your arms, that's fine as well. Okay, so if you want to try, okay, if you want, you can put a cushion in front of you just in case you decide to fall off your arms, as I did when I was learning how to do it. So bring those knees right up as high as you can, as close to your armpits as you can. Squeeze with the knees, and then holding the core nice and still, lifting off one leg and then the other, if you can. Okay, beautiful. You can drop back down into a squat, and then from here we're going to make our way down onto our backs. And we're just going to activate that core a little bit more, wake ourselves up. So you can either have your hands behind your head, or you can have them just tucked under your bottom. Just going to do a couple of leg raises. So really engaging that core, inhaling, lifting the legs up, and exhaling, bringing the legs down. Inhaling, lifting the legs, exhaling, bringing the legs down. Inhale, lift the legs. Exhale, dropping the legs down. We're going to do two more. Inhale, lift the legs. Squeeze the glutes in as you come up. Exhale, drop down. Inhale, lifting the legs. And exhale, dropping down. Okay, and from here, we're going to come up into a bridge. I'm going to shuffle forward ever so slightly. So feet are going to be flat on the mat, hands by your sides, and then we're going to push up with the pelvis into bridge, keeping our neck nice and still as we do. We're just going to hold here a couple of breaths. Inhaling and exhaling, really squeezing in through the glutes and really engaging that core. With an exhale, lowering down. And then from here, we're going to make our way onto our bellies. I'm going to swing round so that you can see. So just making our way onto our tummies into Sphinx pose. So untucking your toes. So the tops of your feet are nice and flat on the mat. Arms in front of you, they can be linked together like that. You can hold your elbows wherever it feels comfortable, but just settling here for a moment and just really feeling into the lower back here. And if you are going to have to spend lots of time in front of a computer, in front of a laptop, it's quite a good posture that you can work from with the laptop in front of you, just to stop you having to be sitting in a chair all day. A couple more breaths here. If you want to intensify this, if you want the feelings to be a bit stronger, palms flat on the mat and pushing up into seal pose, as we'd call it if it was a yin posture. Coming back down. Okay, and then making your way back onto your back for our twist. So I'm going to just face the camera here so it might be slightly easier for you to see. So knees up, arms out at shoulder height. You're going to send your hips off to the right, and then you're going to drop your knees down over to the left. And then you can bring your left hand onto your knees. No, you're not pulling them, just using the weight. And you can look over your right shoulder, just to get that nice stretch down the side body again. So we've been doing lots of work today into the side body, into the lats and the obliques, as well as a little bit of work on our core and our arms. So good all over yoga workout today. Or work in. Okay, bringing the knees back up, straightening those hips, arms out shoulder height, sending the hips over to the left, dropping the knees over to the right, using your right hand just on top of your knees. The left arm is still out at shoulder height and looking over your left shoulder. Perhaps just noticing the breath here. We've had some quite strong upright postures today, and now coming back down to the earth. Just allowing the body to settle once again. And when you're ready, straightening back up, straightening the legs. We're going to come down into our final resting posture here. So for you, that might look like several different things. That might look like reclined butterfly. So with the soles of the feet together and just dropping the knees down. Arms at your side or on your belly. It might look like Shavasana, so your legs sort of hip distance apart, arms by your side and laying flat. Or you might even want to do a supported shoulder stand, so shuffling in nice and close to a wall and just popping your flats of your feet on the wall and your arms above your head or on your belly, wherever they might like to be. So whatever posture you've chosen, if you make your way into that now, either flat on your back, legs in butterfly, or with the feet on the wall, whatever feels comfortable for you. And wherever you are, just allowing your body to settle. Just allowing yourself to feel all of the movement that you've done so far this morning. And allowing everything just to sink to the ground. Noticing how that feels for you. And perhaps if it feels okay, allowing your eyes to close. And then just bringing attention to your body. Bringing the attention to the right thumb, the index finger, middle finger, ring finger, little finger, the back of the right hand, the palm of the right hand, the right wrist, the right forearm, the elbow, the upper arm, the right shoulder, the right side of the chest, the right side of the torso, the right hip, the right thigh, the right knee, the right shin and the right calf, the right ankle, the top of the right foot, sole of the right foot, the right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and little toe, and then the whole of the right side from the toes all the way up the leg, up the torso, to the shoulder, down the arm, and back to the right hand. And really feel the right hand, really feel the right hand. And then bring your attention to the left thumb, the left index finger, middle finger, ring finger, and little finger, to the back of the left hand, to the palm of the left hand, to the left wrist, to the lower arm, to the elbow, to the upper arm, the left shoulder, the left side of the chest, the left side of the torso, the left hip, the left thigh, the left knee, the left shin and the left calf, the left foot, the top of the foot, sole of the foot, the left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe and little toe, and then the whole of the left side from the toes all the way up the leg, up the torso, to the shoulder, down the arm, and back to the left hand. Really feel that left hand. Really feel that left hand. And then feel both hands together, both wrists, both elbows, both shoulders, the chest, front and back, the torso, front and back, the pelvis, front and back, the hips, the knees, the ankles, the feet, and feel the whole of the body from the feet all the way back up, all the way back to the neck. Feel the front of the neck, the back of the neck, and then feel the mouth. Any sensations inside the mouth, the tongue, the teeth, the lips. Bring your attention to your nose, the tip of your nose, the space between the eyebrows, the right eyebrow, the right eye, the left eyebrow, the left eye, the right ear, the left ear, the chin, the cheeks, the forehead, crown of the head, and then feel the whole of the body, from the crown of the head all the way down to the tips of your toes. Really feel the whole body. Feel the whole body. Really feel the whole body. And then relax. let go of feeling the body. And just pay attention to your breath. See if you can notice what your breath is doing now. And then when you're ready, taking a big breath in through the nostrils, really expanding the belly and the chest, and sigh all the air out through your mouth. Do this 3 times, so big breath in. Really fill up the belly and the chest, hold it for a moment, and then sigh all the air out through your mouth. One more time. Big breath in through the nostrils. Really expand the belly and the chest. Hold it there. And then sighing all that air back out. And just give yourself a moment to notice how your body feels now. Maybe checking back in with that mind to see how busy it's feeling. And then when you're ready, beginning to bring movement back into the hands, the arms and the feet and the legs. If you've been laying flat on your back, you might like to roll onto your side at this point. And then from there, carefully making your way back up to that comfortable seated position, allowing the spine to grow long, shoulders to sink down. And then with an inhale, sweeping the arms up overhead, hands come down through heart center. Maybe allowing the eyes to close here and just taking a moment to appreciate what you've done for yourself today. And I want to thank you for joining me in this practice this morning. And giving some time back to yourself. And perhaps we just finish with a simple bit of chanting, wishing peace to one another. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Thank you. And so, Charlotta asked me as well if I would give to you a self-care tip for the period that we're going through at the moment, which I know is quite a tricky one. So, for me, I think the best thing is to take time out for yourself, not just doing your yoga practice, but finding something that you really enjoy. So it could be reading a little bit of your favourite book, it could be doing some drawing, it could be even making a note in your journal about something that you'd maybe like to do when the world comes a little bit back to its normal pace. But just making time every day, even if it's maybe 10 minutes, just to do something that you really want to do. Something just for you, it doesn't matter how silly it is. Listen to a favourite song, whatever it happens to be. Okay, something that's not work related, something that doesn't involve checking social media or the news, but just a little bit of time out for you. And we wondered also if we could think about something that we could do for others whilst all of the craziness in our current world is going on. And so I don't know about you, perhaps you have an older relative who might be feeling quite lonely right now. So something nice that you could do for them is just to give them a quick call, just see how they're feeling, check in with them, because sometimes just hearing somebody else's voice is enough to cheer up your day, especially if you've had lots of hours just sort of sitting around not doing very much. So thank you again for joining me today. Take care of yourselves, and hopefully I will see some of you again soon.